Actually, this is kind of cool right here.
Kind of drifting into this cliff a little bit.
How deep are we? Real deep.
Yeah, real deep.
There's no question in my book, my absolute favorite time of the year to fish is in the pre-spawn. Right now it's March. Pre-spawn can start, in February down south. I think of a place like Lake Seminole, and pre-spawn can go all the way into May or June up north. But that pre-spawn window, when those bass are staging up, they're starting to move up, kind of that first window when those fish pull up, that is the pre-spawn time. And it can vary a little bit. Water temperatures, I think anywhere from 45 is as early as I really start thinking pre-spawn, all the way up to really about 60 degrees, or till you actually first see those fish moving up onto the bed. That's, to me, is the pre-spawn window, and it is hands down my favorite time of the year. It's got a lot to do with the fact that I love to power fish. I love to fish a lot of moving baits, so the stuff I'm gonna show are geared that way, a lot of power fishing kind of stuff. And could you add some finesse stuff in here? Yes, do I? On occasion, but man, I don't vary from this that much. It doesn't matter if it's home here in East Tennessee, if it's down in Alabama or Georgia somewhere, or further up north, on those kind of fisheries. But I can generally make something that I've got laying right here will work, especially in the clear water and on the colder side of that pre-spawn window. A suspending jerkbait is dynamite. And it can work all the way up until those fish are spawning, and then you can carry a suspending jerkbait right on through with you into the post-spawn. But a suspending jerkbait is definitely one. And I'll carry a shallow diver as well as a deep diver when I'm fishing a suspending jerkbait. Next up, as far as bait style, is going to be a crankbait. And I've actually got 3 different crankbaits tied on here. I've got a couple of flat-sided baits, and then I've got a, just a regular DT tied on here as well. Most times when I'm fishing pre-spawn, I'm going to have at least 3 different crankbaits tied on, possibly more. But as far as a lipped regular crankbait, I'm going to have 2 or 3 different models, something to cover that 2 to 4 foot range, something to cover the 4 to 6, something to cover that 6 to 8. I'm going to have all those depths covered. Another big deal for me is a lipless crankbait. A lipless crankbait in certain situations, I think of a lot of grass, but a lot of flats. A lipless crankbait is a huge player and was one for me that helped me win the Classic in 2019. Final 2, really getting into the meat and potato kind of fishing, especially your dirty water and definitely your target type stuff. That's a spinnerbait and a jig. Both of these are from Terminator, but that 3/8 ounce or a 1/2 ounce pro spinnerbait and that pro's jig, those are excellent baits when you're really fishing around a lot of targets. Out here where we're at today, not a whole lot of stuff in the water, but on a place that's got a lot of brush or it's got some grass, those 2 right there are a big player for me. So with those baits, I've got 7 rods laid out here, but really I've got like 4 or 5 different styles of baits. Man, I'll take that stuff all across the country, and I'm going to find a way to make those work during the pre-spawn. Like I said in the beginning, do I have to vary from that? On occasion, yeah. But if I can find a way to make that work, that's what I'll have a chance to do well on.